What is up, frickers and frickettes, and welcome back to the Arctic. Now, if you guys remember my last Extreme Cheapskates video, it focused on a woman who, despite living in a $1 million mansion, was still an extreme cheapskate. But this week, frickers and frickettes, we step things up a notch. I present to you an extreme cheapskate who's not a millionaire, but a multimillionaire.
My name is Amy Elizabeth, and I'm the world's cheapest multimillionaire.
You're the world's only cheap multimillionaire.
While we were married, Amy learned how to turn off the circuit breakers to save on power. Boy, how many times I would wake up and forget that the water heater was off, jump in that cold shower, talk about shrinkage. Oh!
She saves more than $200,000 annually by refusing to buy anything new.
This is my one sponge. Some people might think this is a little nasty. Until it's falling apart and rotting, I don't see any reason to throw it away.
Some people might find it a little bit nasty. I would wager that most people would find it a lot of bit nasty. Scrubbing a dirty plate with a dirty sponge is like wiping your ass with pre-shit on toilet paper. It doesn't matter how much you wipe, you're never gonna get rid of the shit. She can scrub a plate for as long as she wants, but if the sponge is dirty, the plate's gonna stay dirty.
Over here, I have one knife. I guard it with my life. It never touches water. I just wipe it down on a towel every time after I use it and put it back in the drawer.
If I was a burglar, that would be the single scariest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Right? You break into a multi-million-dollar house, you open a drawer, and the only thing in there is a singular knife. Okay, if you break into a multi-million-dollar house and there's an entire drawer devoted to nothing but a knife, you probably broke into the house of a serial killer.
So the way I got the house is when my ex-husband and I decided to divorce. He's got a good heart, and he insisted that I keep the house because he knew that if I didn't keep the house, I would move into a hovel of a one-bedroom apartment to save money.
Oh, I am completely and utterly flabbergasted that the woman who doesn't own a single television produced after the 1970s got her expensive house through a divorce settlement.
Amy won't pay anyone to clean her home, so her ex-husband volunteers to do it for free.
I'm glad to help her around the house with the cleaning. I do yard work. I drive her to her appointments some once in a while.
Frickos and frickettes, we found him. The king of the simps. This man makes tier 3 Pokemon subs look like child's play. Alright, he's out here washing her bathroom, chauffeuring her, doing her landscaping, for no monetary compensation. All he wants in return is just to be fed lunch now and again. And she feeds him cat food!
89 cents? Cat food for cats. 59 cents. I just saved 30 cents.
That's good.
This is unprecedented. Unprecedented levels of simpery.
I don't spend money on business travel. I just think it's a total waste of money because it's not something tangible you get to keep.
That has to be the single most tone-deaf title of a book I have ever seen. And she has 2 copies of it. And she also wrote the book. I can almost guarantee you that the entire book from front to end is just step-by-step instructions on how to brainwash an ex-husband into doing free labor for you.
Once a month, Amy drives 4 hours each way to Los Angeles in her 17-year-old car.
She's saying she has a slight vibration from the steering wheel. Wow. Yeah, you're just completely bald on there.
Wow.
Along with the tires you need, we got the windshield issue, we got the belt issue.
Right.
All these safety issues going on right now. I feel very uncomfortable letting you leave my facility.
I came here for you to look at it, not for you to take possession of it.
I understand.
I've got lawyers that'll hit you with lawsuits up the ass.
What? Her threatening to sue this guy because he's not letting her take her unsafe metal death trap back onto the road has to be one of the dumbest things I have ever seen. Alright? Her threatening to sue this guy, it's like, it would be the same thing as if a person went to an oncologist's office for a checkup, and then the doctor found out that they have cancer, and the doctor was like, hey, we should probably treat this. And the patient was like, fuck you. Person who went to med school for a number of years. You don't know more about the thing that you specialize in than I do. If you don't let me die of cancer, I'm gonna sue you! Absolutely absurd. This woman's delusional.
Hey, Mike, this is Amy. Listen, I need you to come get me at this stupid garage. They say I can't take the car away because it's unsafe on the road, and I gotta get to my business meeting tonight.
Ugh, Mike! This stupid freaking garage won't let me drive my death trap on wheels out of here because it's a safety hazard, and it is capable of killing me and all other drivers around me when it inevitably implodes. Bunch of freaking nerds. Saying things like, oh, your windshield's cracked, or oh, you don't actually have an engine, it's just a hamster in a wheel. Like they know what they're talking about.
I'm gonna have my ex-husband come and pick me up, and he's gonna take me to the airport.
Amy has dated pilots in the past, so she knows her way around airports. She'll try to find a pilot that's got an empty plane or something like that, and entice them to give her a ride.
This man has some deep hurt hiding on the inside. Something tells me that when he says pilots that she dated in the past, that he means pilots that she dated while they were married. And also, pilots with an S, as in plural, multiple pilots? There are like 600,000 pilots in America and 330 million people. That means pilots make up like the 0.18% of the population, and this woman's dated more than one of them? Did she just show up at an airport and start filing through the staff like she was on Tinder? Like, I've seen gold diggers before, but this is the first time I've seen somebody digging for frequent flyer miles. Anyway, her hitchhiker's approach to air travel somehow works, and she manages to hitch a ride to LA to get to her business meeting. And then she says this.
When I go to these extremes and people see this, I think it annoys a lot of them, but I don't care. It saves money. If you don't understand that, I don't know how to speak to you.
You know, I'm not the least bit surprised that she doesn't know how to talk to people. She talks about her ex-husband like he's a literal donkey.
This is like free exercise for him. Keeps him in shape.
She cursed out a mechanic for doing his job.
There's no real reason it needs to stay here. That's just bullshit. For all I know, it's perfectly fine. I don't even know what the flashlight was pointing at.
And she wrote a book titled Poverty Sucks. She's about as good at communicating as I am at getting people who watch my videos to actually subscribe. And that is where this episode ends, Frickos and Forgets, with our fair maiden flying off into the sunset to harass another pilot another day and to make lots of money somehow. I don't understand this extreme cheapskate life. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like imagine just projecting yourself, putting yourself out there into the world looking like an absolute clown. For instance, filming a video while in Star Wars pajama pants. Right, like that, doing things like that, it doesn't make any sense to me. These people just need some class, Alright, Frickers and Forgets, that's all. I'll see you guys next week.